a little bit uneasy, or maybe even a lot uneasy, when you get new students into your classroom who are from cultures that are unfamiliar to you, right? It makes us feel a little guilty as teachers, that we feel uncomfortable because we know we are the people who are supposed to be reaching out and welcoming everyone. But we do feel a little discomfort when we are used to certain cultures, certain languages, and then our diversity in our school expands to include new people and new places that we're not as comfortable with. It's okay to be uncomfortable in the beginning. You're uncomfortable because you care about making a connection with people and about doing the right thing for your students. And when you come from a place of care and wanting to do the right thing, we can work with that and we can take you far. We've had a lot of communication with schools and districts recently around this topic. With the opening of more refugee programs, the expanding of the number of refugees our country is accepting, the different countries that are now involved in this refugee program, our diversity is expanding in different directions that our schools just aren't used to. And so we have to do a quick turnaround because we don't get a lot of notice of these things to study ahead of time and learn as much as we can about the different cultures and languages that our students are bringing to us, and embrace that expansion of diversity at our schools, and also get ourselves feeling comfortable that we can communicate with the students, we can communicate with the families, we can make sure that we're not accidentally doing anything to offend someone. Like, these are the things that go through our heads as we start to see new students from new cultures that are new to our buildings. So there is a such thing as teacher culture shock, right? You are suddenly placed in an environment where your world is rocked a little bit and everything that was so comfortable to you is a little uncomfortable. Not a problem, right? Let's talk it through. Let's work together to get through these things. The bottom line is remembering that when you boil it down, wherever our students are coming from, whatever their religious background, their culture, their language, their country, whatever reason they're coming, whether it be family reasons, economic reasons, war, unrest, all of these things that lead to it. The bottom line is that the students who are coming in your room are just kids with parents who care how they are and want them to do well. And we can work with that. In our new membership portal, we break down this and other ideas about bringing newcomers into your classroom. We not only acknowledge the value of the diversity that this brings, but also the challenges instructionally, socially, and in our own teacher self-confidence. In our membership portal, we share a number of resources, have interviews with experts, and lots of strategies to help you start bridging those gaps and feeling comfortable and confident in your classroom again. Our students come with such a difference of academic background. We have students who are coming to us having been in U.S. schools their whole history till they walk in and see you. We have others who have just walked into U.S. schools for the first time. We have students who have been in high-priced private schools with all the extras possible, and we have students who have been at home in a very sheltered small community for their lives. So with all these differences in academic background and experiences, there's a lot to think about as well. So within our membership portal, we talk about how do you handle this range of academic and experience background, right? We help you understand how to figure out what those experiences are. Where are your students now? Where are their gaps from where they are now to where we want them to be? And how do we tailor our methods and get really targeted and explicit to bridge those gaps and fill in those gaps as quickly and painlessly as possible? Along with that, we know that our students are coming at a wide range of literacy levels. We have students who are at grade level or beyond in their native language, come into learning English, pick English up quickly, and begin their literacy journey in English with just a little guidance and support. We also have the other end of the spectrum of students who have had very little experience or very little exposure to the world of literacy, to the world of books and textbooks, and just instruction, school instruction. And so they may have quite a gap from where we want them to be literacy wise in their first language at their age. So that causes a little panic in us also, because when there's a gap in native language literacy, there's a gap in the background knowledge and understanding that we build our English literacy upon. So we do have to do a little bit of double time and understand the difference between helping a student take their first language experiences and literacy knowledge to move that into English, which is different from having our students who don't have as much of a solid foundation of native language literacy and trying to develop that and the English literacy at the same time. Absolutely possible. Does it feel overwhelming up front? It certainly does. But within our membership portal, we share lots of ideas of how you figure out where your students are. How do you recognize and respect their individual literacy levels? And then how can you target your approach to meet the students where they are and build them step by step to where we want them to be for academic success?